Headhunter packs, I think they're a really good idea. They added raid bosses to the game, but it's that Gearbox around that time was so it was so bipolar, and it was sending so many mixed signals on what the future of Borderlands looked like. The constant crowd noise is not annoying. Yeah, that's an understatement. It's beautiful. I want more of it. Can we jack it up to 11? We've turned the mage well down, and we have the game audio down to 1. The thing is about this DLC, like I just got up, I'm trying to make sure dinner's on, because it just wears you out. We've been playing for 5 hours, and we're not even halfway through it. And it wants you to do 3 of these. And that's why I say it wasn't play tested. 10 would have been perfectly appropriate. But 20? We're on, this game's 10 years old, it's struggling on the X because there's so many bodies drawn now. It just, it's too much. It's just way too much. And it sucks because it's a brilliant game. It's a fucking brilliant game. Would you rather keep doing this or playing Farmhand Marston and Red Dead Redemption 2's epilogue? I'd rather be Farmhand Marston. I mean, the story. If this was 10 rounds, I wouldn't mind doing this, but post round 10. At that point, yeah, it's too much. We've killed 1,000 enemies just in this sitting. It's just about pace. It's just about pace. This thing's it's 5 hours. It's too much. It's too much, and we're only halfway there. And this is just 1, and there's 3. What about you, Jeremiah? And there we go. Enemies have stronger shields, they dodge, and their shields regenerate quicker. If they're gonna give, you should always get what they get. That's the only way to keep this fun. Not just, hey, let's make this shittier on you. At least you get XP and skill points to make it better. Yeah, that's true, exactly. But at least with Red Dead, like, I knew we were going somewhere. Yes, it was over long, but I knew it was going to be worth it in the end to beat it. This is just try to get the achievement. And of course, we're doing it the hardest way possible. And if this, like I said, regardless, I'm done after this. Like, this is the Borderlands 1 stream. This is the finale. Whether we win or we lose today. Borderlands 2 either starts in a few hours when I fail this, or starts tomorrow. But regardless, it's on. And this is done. Oh shit, I forgot to put that break in there. I'd rather shovel shit. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say, again, if it was just 10 waves, it'd be annoying because of the little stuff, like that you can't do checkpoints, and that you get knocked back a whole round. Like, not just the round you're on, but it deducts a round, which is stupid. Loot timing out, not getting loot at all, getting no XP, etc., etc., etc. You know, we can go on. But if you only had to do that for 10 waves, 10 rounds, like, suck it up. Suck it up. It's still the worst DLC they'd ever done. It would still be the worst DLC they'd ever done. But it'd be, yeah, suck it up. You can get through this. 10 is doable. And I'm going to do 20. But who thought that was a good idea? That's what I need to know. They didn't test it. They can't have tested this. And said, this feels like an appropriate amount of time to have the player sit down and try to do this and not allow them to save. If there's saves, that changes everything. It doesn't change really everything, but it makes it less frustratingly obvious that this shouldn't have shipped like this. We just got so stinking lucky. There was a it was 50-50 whether that was going to hit the pole or not because of the textures in Borderlands. Or break Chocobos in Final Fantasy VII. Farmhead Marston, fuck this. This looks agonizing. Thank you, Jeremiah. I'm glad I don't... I figure I probably just sound like I'm whining and bitching, but... 5 hours for a lot of people is a long play session. I'm a streamer, so 5 hours is just what we do, but for your average Joe, that's a long session. And especially if they're dealing with a bunch of bullshit they're not going to want to do. And then you just add the cherry on top when average Joe gamer is been sat down and sat here and you know, me in high school was average Joe gamer. You sit here, you convince your buddies to do it, you grit through it, grind your teeth down to the nubbins, you sweat, you sit there and you try to suffer for that achievement, and it's really not worth it, but you love the game. And then they really fuck you because they say, hey, you did a good job. Thank you, average Joe gamer, for sitting here and being patient with us for this long period of time. Here's absolutely no rewards. You know, within the context of, like, you had an evening. You had an evening to give to gaming, and this is where you spent your evening gaming. Here's no reward and no saves. This might be really hard. This is going to be a close one. Too close. That was really too close. Yeah, who thought that the crowd noise was an okay decision? The constant white noise of the audience. It's just lazy, is the thing about it. It's just really lazy. They clearly didn't look at it. I mean, for God's sake, it would have just taken just going into the game and playing for an hour to tell you, hey, we should have the audience go up and down. It should either be quiet, it should cheer when you get a kill, you should have a combo. Like, just a small bit of due diligence. Like, if you kill a bunch of people in a row or you get a big headshot, they should make noise. No, what they did is the laziest possible way to do it. They just inserted a sound clip, and it's just the same sound clip. Every once in a while, it changes. And they'll do like that, or they'll go hey-oh, or they'll get slightly louder, but then it goes right back to the constant dull roar. And guess what? We're going to go, because we just died on that bruiser, we're going to go back to round 12. I'm not ready to quit, but at the same time, I really don't want to lose an entire stream to this. It's like fucking TV static. We died, we lost to that bully. Now, what the sensible game would do, what any modern game would do easily, but this was 2009, any game that's remotely sensible, what they would do is put you back at round 13, and they would have you redo that wave. At the most, you start at the beginning of round 13. We're going to be on round 12, maybe even 11. Okay, we're on round 12. They knock you back a whole round. It blows my mind that they thought that that was okay. And what I want to know, the only part of it that actually pisses me off, because, you know, Borderlands was a new franchise, 2009. Some things were still pretty rough around the edges on occasion with games. So it was like, alright, they just made a bad DLC. It happens. Why for the remaster did they leave all the shittiness in there? It took them 10 years to make the remaster. They could have toned this down a bit. Like, I don't need the completely authentic Moxie experience. Believe me, I'm okay. Add checkpoints. Like, that would be the the non-starter is you've got to add checkpoints. As in be able to save and quit and resume this later. And I would think the next thing at the bare minimum would be you don't restart a whole round. This has been 5 hours of me bitching about this DLC, but not quitting on it. I just don't want to quit. I just don't like quitting. I hate it. So you guys are going to have to help me. Help me decide when it's actually quitting and when it's actually just appropriate that we should say F this and go do something different. Because I never know the line. And if I stop, I'm just going to feel like a quitter. But I don't know what is best for us on when this is just, we need to call it. It's too hard for an idiot American gamer like you, Japanese game store manager. Now, where's Kat to come disagree with that? He just disagrees. Like, dude, literally, the freaking guy went to Japan and told me this. He was going to work in Japan. He was offered a job there and everything. In fact, I'm actually, next time if I ever see Kat, I'm actually going to apologize to him because I really shouldn't have let myself get upset. But that fucking did it, man. That finally broke my patience. I don't feel good about it. But it happened. Back when we were streaming Red Dead like a month ago, Kat was talking about Monster Hunter and Dauntless, and I was saying how like it was tough for me to get into Monster Hunter because of that like super long cinematic, and we both actually agreed. And we were talking about how like Monster Hunter got dumbed down. No, it was like simplified, whatever you want to call it, for the Western audience. And I said, you know, they think we're stupid, and I wish they wouldn't. I wish they would just give us the full thing, except for these big, you know, maybe it's not a stupidity thing, maybe it's just a cultural difference. He's like, I don't think they think we're stupid. And I went through and like, you know, explained that we didn't get Final Fantasy VI because it said we were too stupid, and we didn't get Pokemon Green because they just thought we wouldn't understand it, and that Japanese game industry is still the second biggest game industry. And why was that bleed out timer that bad? Anyway, and I said that he went to Japan because he literally learned Japanese and wanted a job in Japan. He ended up working for 2K America and later Nintendo. But his name is on the Borderlands 2 credits under 2K. I knew this guy. I went to school with him at college, and he went to Japan to visit and do some job interviews, and he went to a game store, and there was, of course, you know, Japanese Sony Nintendo stuff all around the walls, and then in the middle was a bucket like Walmart, the DVD bargain bin, and it had like Call of Duty in it, and Halo, and Destiny, or whatever, and it said Western shit, because that's how they think about our games. That's how they think about us. They think we're stupid. Or at least like the French, we're not cultured enough or something. And our games are terrible. And Kat was like, no, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. It's like one of those things where you know you're telling the truth, and people are saying you're lying, and it really pisses you off because you know in your heart it's the truth. And you want to know why they're even questioning it, because you know 100% for a fact it's the truth. It's one of those moments. But I should have been patient. I shouldn't have started a fight. Guys, I think I might be done. I said that if I was 2 steps backwards all the time, I'm like not moving forward now. I think when I died there in round 13, that might have been my moment. Not my land of the rising sun. Not the Japan I know. Yes. The extensive time in Japan. Say if you die 10 more times, or if you get to wave 15 and it resets, cut your losses. So you want me to keep pushing. Alright. Alright. I mean, Japan's cool and all that, and I freaking love Nintendo. Who doesn't? They make really good stuff. They make great systems. They are creative. You know, I can talk about it all day. PlayStation is arguably the console for gaming. Truly the last vestige of home console gaming. The Xbox is effectively a cheap gaming PC at this point. It's not. I don't know. Like, it got twisted into like I'm against the Japanese or some shit. No, they fucking think we're stupid. If anyone is backward in this situation, it's them. You know, it's a homogeneous country. It's 99.9% Japanese. They've been isolated most of their history, and they're isolated again now. Outside of a few, you know, as much as you can have to interact in the modern day system, they do it, but that's it. They do the minimum. So if anyone's going to be ignorant in the situation, it's going to be them. Yeah, I can't get off if you're not suffering. Actually, 5 more. 10 more deaths. Just a little excessive. Well, what's beautiful, Jeremiah, is if we die here, we get to keep going backwards. That's what's crazy about this shit. Is you can dig yourself a hole. That's shitty. There we go. We're actually getting some better rolls this time, though. The last time we had enemies do more damage, they had the Ironhide shields and they recharge quicker. Now we get some bonus damage. That's where RNG screwed us. RNG screwed us out of about 20 minutes. The frame rate is getting terrible down here. We go back to round 11, cut your losses. So our only other option, my nephew's here, so it's a little more difficult, but we could still do it. I could just do this off stream just as well. Is I literally load up his Xbox, I jump in his game. It's gonna be kind of laggy, but we could do it. I give him a level 1 character, we go to the Underdome, and I bust the whole thing out. It'll be basically a just chatting stream, and we'll say about 50 incriminating things, and certainly be on D-Live before the evening's out, but that would be the option. Or, you know, we just go ahead and start our Borderlands 2 playthrough, or play some Apex. With our limited time, I'm in favor of starting the Borderlands 2 playthrough. But we could also start it fresh. Tomorrow. Clear eyes and all that. Just getting through one of these would have been a massive victory, though. I mean, I'm not calling it quits yet. I'm still here, I guess, but. It could have gone better. Dude, what hit us? We had full health. Oh man, going into quiet mode. That my audio's gone back to being trash for whatever reason. What's new? Dude, I can't shut this audience up. I don't know. I can hardly hear the guns already because we've lowered the mage well so much, but the crowd just doesn't shut up. It's on 1. The volume's on 1. On a remaster, how do you not adjust this? Oh god. Every time we have a horde wave down here equals re-money me. That's true. That's a good point. But it's Gearbox. I trust Gearbox. Do the minimum. You know this is not a good DLC. You know that the company you got to do this didn't do very good by it. Just fix a little bit. Just help it. Just a tiny bit. It's 10 years old. It's 10 years old. They don't want to put any resources into this shit. I don't even think it got another patch. They're like, yeah, we're gonna patch it up. It's got some bugs. We're gonna really clean it up. One, it was overpriced. I think I paid 20 bucks for it. And I shouldn't have had to. Because it was free on PC. Sorry. But you can pre-order Borderlands 3. Yeah, you can freaking turn on your iPod right now and you can pre-order Borderlands 3, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they've not put that on anything. Everywhere is the option, and we take all forms of payment. Even your soul, indentured servitude, we'll take it. Gimme, 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 gimme. Fuck helping, give us more money. This is just a graveyard. This is like a shitty discount burial service. Legs are out, arms. Actually, I kind of want to get out of this. Can I reset this? Hey, you two guys just go. Do your thing. There we go. There we go. Alright. I'm taking bets. I'm taking bets. I almost busted that Guardian shield, so I think it's a pretty fair fight. Are we gonna go with the Maniac Psycho? Or are we gonna go with the Badass Guardian? Money on the Guardian. Good man. Good man. This is the fucking worst fight ever. They've barely hurt one another. There's too many perks. They're too powerful at this point. Everyone has like 50% bonus health, 50% bonus damage. They can't kill one another. Holy crap, we actually kind of got to a cheese spot and the game knew it. It's like, no. No. Don't you dare. Don't you dare, no. In fact, it punished me. Put me in a terrible spot. Yes, we did it. There we go. You thought this thing was taking a long time before. Just wait till we get distracted and do stupid things like this. I'm really hoping Tyrell shows up tonight. It's like, yo, you want to play some Apex? Yes. Yes, I want to play some Apex. Yes, please. We'll take your firstborn child, make a flash drive of pics. And what you get is that same DLC that pissed you off in 2009. They can't win, it's a tie. They're not doing enough damage to one another. The lunatic ended up getting his shield back. Wait, did he win? There's no way he won. There's no way. They weren't doing any damage to one another. Guardian just fucked off. That's perfect. Oh, holy shit. Whatever he was doing down there was not working for him. He tried to get out of one fight and got himself into a much worse one. To a much worse situation. I'd care about killing him. I was like, oh, I better get that XP. But then I remembered, you know, this DLC doesn't have the... Yeah, not that. And by XP, I mean, like, we could at least be working on our weapon proficiencies. That would make logical sense. If a character has to kill 10,000 enemies with the same gun, he would get better at that gun. Or sheem, it, shet, whatever, dog, leopard, whatever non-pronoun dictated entity is using their weapon in 2019 would get better at said weapon if they allow their brain to identify in the way it's biologically wired to work, as in it learns from doing. See on Mixer. But I'm just gonna say he, because that makes it so much easier. He would be better at using the gun. Oh my god! The male pronoun! Oh, Christ! How could you? How dare you? How dare you use the male pronoun? Patriarchy! Patriarchy! Scum. No cisgenders. Scum! Scum! Shills for big belt. Oh my god, this is... Don't forget, guys, we were on round 13. We're just fighting to get back where we were. Because they thought that was fine. That's perfectly appropriate. This thing won't die. That was almost bad. Okay. Now we're still not back where we were. Don't worry. I still got to fight 15, 20 minutes at least to fight back to where we were. But never mind. Maybe 5. We just got to beat the boss. Dude, the frame rate is done down there. We still have so much killing to go, and it is done down there. Oh my god. We're down to like 15 frames a second down here. Why is that stuff not despawning? Who thought that was a good idea? That's what we have to keep asking yourselves. Who thought it would be a good idea to just leave the bodies to stack up? Believe me, I'm okay with my immersion broken. I want to be able to shoot properly in this thing that seems to think that it's okay to take 20 minutes of your life at a time. This game's asking a high price. I don't know, stream. He's gonna knock me. I don't know that we have the DPS to get up. Here's what I can do. Here's what I can do, because I know I'm not gonna get a kill scale. I can put on hard to kill real quick with the ogre. Alright, that hopefully bought us a little bit of time. Of course, he now decides to run away. I'm not doing enough damage. I might be able to kill the Scorpio. I can't see its health. No. That's it. That's it. I'm done. It's just for an EP.